everybody, and welcome to the show we call Racing from
Delaware Park.
Delaware Park. I'm Rich Glazier, and we're going to see the very same races I was talking about that were run here at the same racetrack I was talking about, Delaware Park, on this Wednesday, September 11th. And a beautiful day weather-wise here today at Delaware again. We've been getting pretty lucky with the weather. And we had a fast track and a firm turf. And once again, we had 4 turf races, so half the races on the turf today. That's always a good thing and should help the handle, and we'll check that out at the end of the day. With 4 turf races, that meant Bungie had a pick, and he had a race, and he had a selection, and we'll see how that one does. Wasn't toward the end of the card, so we'll keep you in suspense until then. Meanwhile, thank you for exerting yourself to come down and talk to me. Do you have one for tomorrow? Sorta. He's got a one for tomorrow. Sorta, he said. What's that supposed to mean? Oh. The horse he's picking for tomorrow isn't also eligible, but he doesn't want to not pick it in case it gets in, and then, but if it doesn't get in, he won't have a pick. Well, you could have picked one that's in and one that, no, he's going to hope it gets in. It's one of his oldies but goodies. Bombonero. So I think he's number 16, so he's got to hope for a bunch of scratches to draw into the field. But if he gets in, Bungie likes him. So we'll see how you do with Bombonero on Thursday. All right, Bungie, goodbye. Goodbye. Why won't you leave? Oh, stubborn. Stubborn as a mule, but he's not a mule, he's a horse. All right, now let's, what do we do when Bungie leaves? Refresh my memory, Elaine, what do we do? That's it, we show the field for the opener. And the first race was on the turf. What a way to start the card. Can't ask for anything better. Or maybe 2-year-old maiden special weights would be good too, but we'll take turf. And this one's about a mile on the turf. The turf was firm. And the favorite was Enough is Enough at 4-5. Here's John with the call.
We're set to tee off. And they're off. Let's see who wants that early lead. We have 4 across the track. On the inside, J.P. Hellish. Judah is right there. Up on the outside, Rock Solid Golfer looking for a spot. Argenic has the rail. Then 3 lengths further back to Jump Street Hero. And your favorite, Enough is Enough, is the early trailer as they make their way to that first turn. J.P. Hellish leads them by about 1.5 lengths. Judah's up on the outside, Argenic to the inside. Their heads apart in second and third. Enough is Enough, saving ground nicely toward the inside of horses, and Jump Street Hero as they make their way around the turn in. Up on the outside, Rock Solid Golfer took the 3-wide trip. Opening quarter in 24 3 cozy fractions on the front end for J.P. Hellish. Leads it by 3 parts over Judah. Argenic is right there, tugging at the bit toward the inside in third. Rock Solid Golfer now up in the fourth, followed by, up on the outside, Jump Street Hero, and Enough is Enough toward the inside. Well grouped after half in 48-1 as they race into the turn. J.P. Hellish leads it by about 1 length over Judah. Then toward the inside, it's Argenic with Rock Solid Golfer right alongside. Enough is Enough and Jump Street Hero are the trailers still. The pace quickens as they race around the bend, and J.P. Hellish has had it all his own way. Still leads it by 2 over Rock Solid Golfer. Argenic toward the inside, followed by Judah. They're bunching up behind the leader, but J.P. Hellish has it by 2 lengths as they turn for home. The 6 and 11 and 4. J.P. Hellish may be tough to catch with those fractions. Argenic is coming off the rail, putting in a run. Up on the outside, Rock Solid Golfer. Enough is not doing enough. It's J.P. Hellish hanging in there gamely. Argenic is surging. Enough is Enough on the far outside. It's going to be Argenic with a timely move in the final 7 yards, beating J.P. Hellish. Enough is Enough got.
And it was a bit of an upset here as Argenic takes the opener for Jose Garcia in the winner's circle. for Neil Morris off the claim. Pathfinder Racing, 1580, 860, 360. J.P. Hellish with Mania, $16, 520. Enough is enough with Trevor, 220. Exacta 20740. The Try, 470. And the Super with the 6, $521. On to the second. It's the first dirt race of the day, and it's at 6 furlongs or 3/4 of a mile. Scratch the 5. Dancer's Kin. Big favorite in here. Early Retirement.
And they're off. Disco Valente breaks, well, as does Early Retirement. Early Retirement to the front. Disco Valente on the outside, racing second, rushing up with the rail. It's Awesome Romeo right there, a close-up third as they make their way down the backstretch. Let them further back to Tom Terrific in a good spot behind that trio. And about 6 lengths further back, Death Dealer is your distant trailer. Approaching the half-mile marker, it's Early Retirement on the inside, Disco Valente on the outside. Awesome Romeo is a length further back in third with Tom Terrific right alongside now. Still far back to Death Dealer as they make their way to the turn. Quarter went in 22 and 4, and Early Retirement leads it by about a length. Disco Valente still right there. 2 lengths to Awesome Romeo. Up on the outside, Tom Terrific, and still far back to Death Dealer. Around the bend, Early Retirement going well on the front end. Opens up 2.5, 3 lengths on Disco Valente. Awesome Romeo is next in line, followed by Tom Terrific. Not doing much as they head for home. Early Retirement to catch. Leads it by about 4 or 5 lengths. Disco Valente still chasing with Awesome Romeo and Tom Terrific. They've got just over a 16th to go. It's all Early Retirement. Early Retirement in front by 7 or 8 lengths. The battles for second with Awesome Romeo on the outside, getting up for second, followed by Disco Valente and Tom Terrific.
And it was the favorite, Early Retirement. Didn't want to retire yet, had to get this victory first. It's a sin if you didn't bet on Cintron, Alex Cintron, for Hall of Fame trainer Steve Asmussen. He doesn't run a lot here, but he's run 7 and won with 4 of them right now, so he's picking the right spots. Toby Sheets, the owner. 280, 220, 210. Awesome Romeo with Halliday, 520, 320. Disco Valente with Brittany Scampton, $3. Exacta 1820, the Try 3780. Amtrak Double 2380, and there was no superfecta in that race. Back to the turf we go for race 3. Scratch the 1, Pure Magic. The 6, codename Brody, was entered for the main track only, so that's scratched. And let's see, favorite was Incheski at 3-2.
And they're off. Incheski breaks well, goes for that lead. David Slingshot up on the far outside is moving up there toward the inside. Animal Kingston followed by Math Major. Jingle Bells right alongside. Under a nice hold is Last Chucker toward the inside of Diplodocus as they make their way into that first bend. Incheski leads it by almost a length. Animal Kingston toward the inside of David Slingshot. Up there 3 wide, that was Jingle Bells. Math Majors drop back into that 5th spot, followed by Last Chucker as they make their way around the bend. Opening quarter goes in 25 and 1. Very moderate tempo as they reach the back stretch, set by Incheski. David Slingshot right there. A length and a half further back to Jingle Bells and Animal Kingston toward the inside. Then comes Math Major as they make their way down the back stretch. They've got just over a quarter mile to go, moving up on the outside to Diplodocus, and far back, Last Chucker has dropped out of it as they make their way past the half-mile marker. Opening half goes in 49 seconds flat as they race into the turn with Incheski setting those slow fractions. Leads it by a length. On the inside, David Slingshot, Jingle Bells on the outside. Animal Kingston trying to get underway, as is Math Major, Diplodocus. They're well grouped there. Last Chucker really is thrown in the towel. They've got a quarter to go on the front end in Chesky, now edging away by 2 lengths. Animal Kingston rides the rail into contention, followed by, up on the outside, Jingle Bells, David Slingshot. Then comes Math Major, has a lot to do on the inside. They've got a furlong to go in Chesky to catch it. With that pace, it's going to be hard to do. Animal Kingston, only one with a shot right now, it appears. It's in Chesky in front by 2. Animal Kingston's cutting the margin with every stride. It's going to be in Chesky, though, holding on by a length. Animal Kingston getting second, followed by Math Major and Diplodocus.
In Chesky goes all the way. I'm not crazy about the way the turf's playing today. Although this was a circle here in Chesky by Pivotal. Jorge Vargas for Kentucky Derby winning trainer Michael Matz. Gary Chervenale, the owner. $5, $3, $2.20. Animal Kingdom, no, Animal Kingston. By Animal Kingdom. With Jose Garcia was second, 340, 240. Math Major with McCarthy, 220. Exact the 1660, the try 3140, the double 920, the pick 3 3780, and the super with the 7 $30.70.
Claims.
Yeah, there was a claim. Last Chucker was claimed by Rodolfo Sanchez Salomon. All right, on we go to the 4th. Back to the main track. And these are 2-year-olds. A bunch of them are first-time starters. Some of them have had a race or two. But no question about the favorite. Band on Tour, and if you're into buyer numbers, speed figures, the ones that have run, he towers over that field. So he's just got to worry about some of these firsters being a good one. But 1 to 5 on Band on Tour. Here's John Kern.
And they're off. Band on Tour broke well, but outwardly, but has that lead. But rushing up toward the inside, Palvera is there with Please the Court, those 3. Only about a length apart. Don't Tell Deb has got away in 4th. Then a gap of about 3 lengths further back to Muhlenberg, and the trailer is Imagine the Joy. Band on Tour now asserts himself and leads it by almost 2.5 lengths. Down toward the inside, it's Palvera, followed by Please the Court. In between horses, Don't Tell Deb is up there on the far outside, racing in 4th. Now it's a gap about 6 or 7 lengths further back to Muhlenberg and Imagine the Joy as they race into the turn with Band on Tour to catch. Palvera is trying to stay with him in second. It's over 2.5 lengths further back now to Please the Court as they quickly spread out. Don't Tell Deb is next in line, and the trailer is still Muhlenberg and Imagine the Joy. Looks like 3 still with a shot with a quarter to go, but Band on Tour to catch. Leads it by 2.5 lengths. Palvera continues to chase in second, and 3-length gap further back to Please the Court. The rest are far back with a furlong to go. It's all Band on Tour. The public pick in command by 4 or 5 lengths. Looks like Palvera's trying to hang on a second over Please the Court, but it's all Band on Tour. Impressive score. Wins it by about 6 or 7. Palvera hangs on a second, Please the Court third, and Muhlenberg a distant 4th.
And the favorite was not to be denied there. It's a big and very impressive win for Band on Tour. For Holy Toledo, Heavy in Toledo, Gary Capuano, the trainer, Nonstop Stable, the owner. Could be a good one there. 240, 210, 210. Palvera with CC. Good to see Chucky Lopez here. 880, 520. Please the Court with Cintron, 260. And 2020, the exacta, the try 47.60. The double, just $10.80. The pick 3, only $6.70. The pick 4, $57.90. And the super with the 1, $48.50. And that winner was another Delaware certified winner. And on we go to Wednesday's 5th race on 9/11. Scratch the 2 per as well, and the 8-second encore. The chalk, as we call them. Oh my, there was 3 2-to-1 shots. Not sure who got the most money, and technically was the favorite, but it was either the 1, the 4, or the 10. And now it's time to watch them go on the grass.
They bookend the field, and they're off. Centerfold Prospect breaks well, goes for that lead, not necessarily toward the inside. Red Roman is there. Bringworth moves up on the outside, followed by Zumbaya. Well held there in 5th, trying to settle in there as they make their way to that first turn. Next in line, that's Dispel toward the inside of Sweet Sand, and Barrel of Stout up on the outside of that one as they make their way around the bend. The co-favorites are first and last around the turn. Not necessarily. Leads it by 2 lengths. A little headstrong there, trying to slow that one down there. Centerfold Prospect racing second, followed by Red Woman toward the inside. Up on the outside, that's Brilliant Worth. Zumbaya's next in line, going along in 5th, and a gap of 4 lengths further back to Dispel toward the inside of Barrel of Stout, who has 1 beat, and that's Sweet Santa. Opening quarter went in 23 2 as they raced toward the half-mile marker, and it's still not necessarily cutting the half in 46 2. Good solid tempo being set by Not Necessarily. Centerfold Prospect is edging a bit closer, though, in second, 2.5 lengths further back to Zumbaya's on the move in third, followed by Red Roman, who's dropping back. Barrel of Stout will have to make a 3-wide move around the bend there on the inside Dispel as they make their way past the quarter-mile marker with Not Necessarily still in control. Leads it by 2 lengths. Centerfold Prospect is chasing in second. The 6 furlongs in 1:10 2. It's still Not Necessarily being chased by Centerfold Prospect. Zumbaya, Barrel of Stout rallies to the inside. They've got a furlong to go. Not Necessarily digging there, trying to hold off Centerfold Prospect, who has the momentum. Centerfold Prospect begins to edge away. Centerfold Prospect will win it. Not Necessarily hangs on a second over Barrel of Stout and Zumbaya.
Centerfold Prospect takes that one. For it's a sin if you didn't bet on Cintron. Alex Cintron, a double. Jose Camejo, the trainer for Ann Neal. 640, 340, 240 across the board. Not Necessarily with Centeno, $3, 240. Barrel Stout with Trevor, 220. The exact at 1960. The try 48.40. That double just paid 740. The pick 3, 1640. And that super paid 76.30.
Corbs.
Yes, the winner, Centerfold Prospect, went to Sean Morrow. All right. Let's go back to the main track. And just a field of 6 to go here, but no scratches. And the favorite was Celtic Treasure at 3 to 5.
And they're off. Subdued breaks well. Celtic Treasure right alongside. They duel for that early lead into the first turn. Grace of Glory moves up toward the inside of Can't Pass It Up. Far outside Ego Trip. Mr. Chocolate Chip is the trailer as they make their way around the first turn, with Celtic Treasure now pulling away by a length. Subdued racing second, Can't Pass It Up, and Ego Trip side by side. Grace of Glory is right there in 5th, and the trailer still is Mr. Chocolate Chip. Opening quarter goes in 25 1, another slow opening quarter. Celtic Treasure, well rated on the front end, right now leads it by about 1.5 lengths over Subdued toward the inside of Can't Pass It Up. 2 lengths to Grace of Glory, who moves up with the rail, followed by Mr. Chocolate Chip and Ego Trip at the back of the pack. Only about 6 or 7 lengths from front to back as they approach the half-mile marker. Your opening half goes in 49 1 as they race into the turn. It's a well-rated Celtic Treasure in front by a length. Subdued is right there. Toward the inside, Can't Pass It Up. They're heads apart, second and third. Now Subdued's taken over sole possession of second. Can't Pass It Up has dropped back a bit. Grace of Glory is trying to rally, followed by Mr. Chocolate Chip and Ego Trip. They've got 3/8 to go. Celtic Treasure now extends the margin to 3 lengths. Subdued is chasing 3 lengths further back to Grace of Glory, who rallies in third. Can't Pass It Up with the rail as they turn for home. They cover the 6 in 1:13 2, and it's still Celtic Treasure in front by 4.5 lengths. Subdued's hanging on to second. There's a battle for third, it appears right now, but with a 16th to go, it's all Celtic Treasure. Going to be handwritten in the final 16th. Easy score by about 8 or 9 lengths. Going to be tight for second. A late rally from Ego Trip from the back of the pack, I think, edging out Subdued for the place.
Well, another front-running winner here as Celtic Treasure Takes them all the way. Nicely rated by Clever Trevor. Trevor McCarthy, son of Michael McCarthy. Hugh McMahon, the winning trainer. Joe Bessiker, another win for him as owner. He's having a good meet here. 340, 220, 210. Ego Trip got up for second there with Korea. 340, 220, subdued with Koa. 220 to show. Exact 1140, the try 2140. The double 1620. The pick three $9.30. Pretty chalky day, huh? And the super with the one, 1790. On we go to the lucky seventh race. And this is the fourth turf race of the day. And there's only one scratch, GQ Girl. This was Bungie's pick. Bungie had the 6 Ivania. He's already hit Ivania once this year for good price, and as you can see, Ivania went off 7-1 today. So, hoping for Lightning to strike twice. The favorite, however, was Pride of Wilco, who's a 14-time winner in her career, 12 of them on the grass, and she's won 3 in a row at Mountaineer. So it's a little bit of a tough race here for Bungie's pick, but we'll see what happens here in the lucky 7th.
They're all loaded, and they're off. To the inside, Speeding Starlet breaks well. Lovely Sunset is right there, and up on the outside, here comes Don't Charge It, charging to the front, passing the finish line the first time. Don't Charge It in front by about 2 lengths. Lovely Sunset now taken in hand in second, followed by Pride of Wilco. Toward the inside, Speeding Starlet, Text Me a Kiss in between horses, followed by I Dream of Lois up on the outside, and Ivania is your trailer as they move around the first turn. Opening quarter goes in 24-1, and on the front end, it's Don't Charge It by a length over Lovely Sunset. Speeding Starlet still has the rail. Pride of Wilco up on the outside. Down toward the inside, Text Me a Kiss, I Dream of Lois moving up, and Ivania is your trailer, but only about 6 lengths separates the field as they move down the Delaware backstretch. On the front end, Don't Charge It still by a full length over Lovely Sunset. Still with the rail, Speeding Starlet, followed by Pride of Wilco. In behind horses in tight quarters maybe there as Text Me a Kiss heads to get some racing room, followed by Ivania and I Dream of Lois. They're bunching up. Only about 4 or 5 lengths separates the field. The half went in 48 seconds flat. They've got Don't Charge It to catch. Saying catch me if you can now. Opens up 3.5, 4 lengths on the field. Lovely Sunset couldn't keep pace, and Pride of Wilco. Not much is coming from the back. It's all Don't Charge It as they turn for home. At 24-1, Don't Charge It cuts to 6 and 111-3. Leads it by 6 lengths. Lovely Sunset clearly second best right now. There's a battle for third, but it's Don't Charge It took command at the start and never had an anxious moment. Don't Charge It, Augusto Marin by 5.5 lengths. Lovely Sunset getting second, followed by Text Me a Kiss and Ivania.
How about that? The longest shot in the field goes wire to wire. I just didn't like the way the turf was playing today. Real speed favoring. You couldn't come from far out of it. Don't Charge It, though. Nicely done there, and ridden with a lot of gusto by Augusto Marin for Stacy Lane Hendry and the White Fox Farm. And there's your big price of the day so far with one race to go. 51.60, 18.60, and 9.20. Lovely Sunset with Trevor McCarthy, $584. Text Me a Kiss with Inario, $580. Bungie's horse there, Ivania, came in fourth. Just didn't have it today. Exact at $308. The try, $1,347.80. The double, $101.60. And the pick three, $108 even. Pick five, even with mostly all favorites, still pay $902.10, thanks to Don't Charge It here. And the super with the 6, $4,271.90. And that brings us to the 8th and final. And the field, just a field of 5 were entered in here, and the favorite was not only the favorite, Gibby. What a hunch. We have a good fan named Gibson, goes by Gibby, and he used to come here every day almost, then moved to Baltimore. And even when he went to Baltimore, he would come up here to bet because he didn't like Pimlico. And I haven't seen him here all year, and today he showed up. I said, Gibby, you know there's a horse in the last race called Gibby. He didn't know it. So what a hunch that was. I did see him at the windows betting before the race. So I guess he bet on Gibby, and I'll find out if he won or not. Here's the nightcap.
And they're off. It's a Shaw Thing breaks well, goes for that lead, but has company down on the inside coming from Gibby, and Gibby now goes head to head with It's a Shaw Thing. 0 toward the inside, up on the outside. That's Barb's Gray Lion, and your trailer as they make their way down the backstretch is Caught Up in You. Gibby now sticks a neck in front. It's a Shaw Thing is right there in second, a length and a half further back to 0, who's racing forwardly in third. Then a gap of about 3.5 lengths further back. That's Barb's Gray Lion, and the trailer still Caught Up in You. Opening quarter went in 22-1 as they move around the bend. Gibby leads it by a length. It's a Shaw Thing is right there. 0 moves up on the inside of that one. About 6 or 7 lengths further back to Caught Up in You, and Barb's Gray Lion. Top of the turn, they've got Gibby to catch. Gibby cuts the half in 45 flat. Gibby leads it by a length. On the outside, here comes 0 set to challenge. 5 lengths further back on the outside, Caught Up in You rallies in third. 2 horse affair ride now. It's Gibby on the inside, leading it by a half. 0's making a run on the outside. These two are going to fight it out. Gibby on the inside, 0 on the outside. Gibby is holding sway, and Gibby will prevail. 0 has to settle for second, followed by Caught Up in You.
Well, Gibby, I hope you're still cashing as Gibby holds on gamely to win the nightcap for What an Angel. Angel Suarez for Jorge Navarro. Joe Bessiger, another win for him as the owner. 460, 220, 210. 0 with McCarthy, $3, 220. Caught Up in You with Garcia, 240. So the one-word horse title name, Gibby to 0, Exacta, paid $11.80. The try, $26.20. The double, $150.20. This pick 3 paid $100.90. The pick 4, $313.80, and there was no super with a 5-horse field. So there you are, Gibby. Good to see you again. And how about that coincidence, horse running with your name, last race of the day. And that was the last race of the day. So we have no more races to show you tonight. But we'll have 8 more to show you tomorrow night because we do run on Thursdays. Remember that. Now, with 4 turf races, let's see how we did today. Not too bad. 1,326,513. So that's the handle for today's races. Bungie's pick tomorrow. Remember, it's an also eligible, so he's got to hope for some scratches. Bombonero is the name of the horse. All right, well, I want to thank you all for watching tonight. Remember, you can watch these races on YouTube anytime, even some of the older shows that are on there. YouTube Delaware Park. Thanks for watching, everybody, and good night.